Exclusive contract from Feilu Novel Network Novel. Daddy opens a food shop to earn money and raise twins. After waking up drunk, Hanyu was reborn until the year he graduated from university. That night, as a promiscuous lover, he unexpectedly had something to do with Gao Leng's junior sister. My junior sister is pregnant and has a twin. In the previous life, under pressure from both families, they got married, of course, only superficially married. After getting married, Hanyu showed some restraint, but still rarely fulfilled his responsibilities. Until a big fire took away his wife and children, he suddenly woke up and felt remorseful and changed his ways. Heaven's mercy gave him a rebirth, until the day of the fire. Hanyu went to Xiao Wan'er's house at all costs. He wanted to save his wife and children. This is his path of redemption. After saving his wife and children, Hanyu activated his father's food god system and decided to open a small shop to sell delicious food and earn money to support his wife and children. So, relying on his culinary skills and his adorable and patient children, Hanyu successfully rose to fame. While making delicious food, Yu and Xiao Waner's daily sweetness exceeds the standard, sprinkled with sugar and grains, making them incredibly enviable. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. On the first day of rebirth, save your wife and children at the fire. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hanyu opened his heavy eyes, his mind was now drowsy and he was completely exhausted. The glaring sunlight shone into his eyes, causing him to involuntarily rub them. Looking at the somewhat familiar and unfamiliar room, Hanyu suddenly became energized. Lying trough. What is the situation? Shouldn't I be drinking with a female client? How did you get here? Didn't I sell this store 5 years ago? He quickly pinched himself a few times, feeling a bit painful, indicating that he was not dreaming. Am I reborn? Hanyu instinctively touched the phone in his left pocket. He looked at the phone that had been with him for 3 or 4 years before it was reimbursed, and his heart was filled with mixed feelings. He lit up the screen and glanced at the time. He was born again when he graduated from college. In this year, he suffered a significant blow in his life. The girl who gave birth to twins for him, along with his 2 children, was burned to death in a big fire. The cause of the fire is due to aging of the circuit. The girl who gave birth to him is his junior sister, named Xiao Wan'er. Their parents have a very good relationship, so they have had a close relationship since childhood. Although there was a doll kiss, the two of them hardly met a few times. After going to college, under pressure from their parents, the two finally got married once. At this moment, he realized that Xiao Wan'er was also studying at their school. After the blind date, the two added Feixian and kept in intermittent contact. It can only be said that they had contact but were not familiar. Fate is so wonderful. Later, one time when Hanyu drank too much, he inexplicably made a video call to Xiao Wan'er. He didn't expect that Xiao Wan'er would also drink too much in the dormitory and with her roommates. Encouraged by her roommate, Xiao Wan'er, who was feeling a bit tipsy after getting drunk, came to find Hanyu. Both of them drank a lot, so they went to the hotel in a daze and exchanged ideas for the first time. The next morning, the two of them remained silent for a long time, and when they returned, they cut off contact like strangers. Hanyu still looks like a prodigal. Occasionally invite 2 girls out to play and then sing karaoke with them. Sometimes we can even invite wealthy women and have a few big meals. Of course, he is clean enough to handle those women at best. The life of extravagance and drunkenness was soon shattered. About a month later, Xiao Wan'er suddenly called and cried, saying that she was pregnant. Upon hearing this news, Hanyu felt as if he had been struck by lightning and was stunned for a long time. To be honest, he is not ready to become a father yet. At that time, he was very irresponsible and even had the idea of knocking out the child. After being persuaded by the two families, the child was kept. Although the two got married as children, they had no emotional connection at all. Although they have married names, they do not live together. Xiao Wan'er rented a room outside of school to take care of her child without disturbing her roommate's studies. Han Yu borrowed some money from his family and opened a breakfast shop nearby, selling xiaolongbao and wonton every day. Han Yu pays Xiao Wan'er 3,000 yuan on time every month and occasionally delivers some chicken soup, which is his greatest contribution. Later, Xiao Waner gave birth to twins for Han Yu, both of whom looked like porcelain dolls and were incredibly beautiful. It can be said that their children have almost all the advantages they possess. After giving birth, Xiao Waner had to take care of the child and also take care of her studies, which made her extremely exhausted and led to a significant decline in her grades. Despite this, she still hasn't put too much pressure on Han Yu. Instead, she would occasionally tell Han Yu to run twice less and let him rest more. After having children and responsibilities, Han Yu truly restrained his thoughts and began to undergo a transformation. He voluntarily offered to help Xiao Wan'er take care of the child, and Xiao Wan'er also accepted. The relationship between the two became familiar. But there were unexpected circumstances. One noon, when he was preparing to close his stall, the police told him that Xiao Wan'er and his children had been burned to death. Upon hearing this news, Han Yu's head went buzzing and his whole body froze. Pain. The heart-wrenching pain left him almost breathless, and boundless self-blame and regret surged like a tide in his heart. Tears gradually blurred his eyes. If he were here, Xiao Wan'er and the others would definitely be fine at this moment. He finally understood what it meant to lose and cherish. If he could start over, he would never leave his wife and children, and he would definitely be a good father. Xiao Wan'er's death became a common tear for both families. Because of this incident, the originally harmonious two families began to turn against each other, even threatening to die old and not interact with each other. And he didn't want to stay in this sad place either. After laying out his breakfast, he went to another city to work alone. Perhaps it was mercy from heaven that he was reborn 5 years after his wife and children died. God gave him a chance to make amends. This time he must save his wife and children. Thinking of this, Han Yu ignored everything else and rode his own cargo tricycle to rush out. That time was engraved in his mind like a brand. That is the countdown to his wife and children's journey to heaven. All of this is still in time. He must save his wife and children. The new book has been released. Please ask for flowers and reviews. Chapter 2. Saving Wife and Children, Crying with Joy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A somewhat old rental room. The room is clean and tidy, and all the sharp and angular areas are covered with anti-collision foam. The rubber outer skin of the corner row has aged and cracked slightly. The power strip occasionally emits a faint electric current sound, which is imperceptible and can only be heard a little closer. Xiao Wan'er leaned wearily on the sofa, looking at the child in the cradle with a hint of maternal radiance on her face. She increasingly felt that keeping these two children was the most correct thing she had done. It was as if with them, her life began to have hope. The two little ones lay in the cradle, looking around with curious eyes that were as clear as gemstones. Their round faces raised innocent smiles, which were incredibly healing and nourished Xiao Wan'er's tired body and mind like spring rain. Xiao Waner reached out her delicate little hand and carefully caressed the soft skin of the little ones. Looking at their cute and patient appearance, Xiao Waner whispered softly. "Baby, do you know that since the day I was pregnant with you, my mother's world has been different from before? Oh, Mom is not sensible anymore. If she doesn't have money, she would ask her parents for money, thinking that it's natural for them to give birth to me and support me. When faced with setbacks, I would only hide behind my parents and shout, 'Mom and Dad!' Mom and Dad are like Superman, helping me complete those difficult things in my eyes. Since we had you, my mother has understood many things. I know I can't be so stubborn or weak like before. Mom needs to be strong so that you can live a good life." Xiao Waner's voice gradually decreased until it turned into a thin snoring sound. She has been too tired these days. Every night, she had to get up and check on the children's condition, and sometimes she had to change them into diapers or something. She had wanted to call Han Yu over to help more than once, but because she was too strong, she always suppressed this idea. After eating their fingers for a while, the two little ones also felt a bit tired. They kicked their legs a few times and fell asleep with their mother. Shit. In the corner, several sparks flashed from the damaged and aged parts of the power cord. Without the obstruction of the insulation layer, the current gradually burns the surface a bit black. At this point, Xiao Wan'er was already asleep and didn't even realize that danger was about to come. 5 kilometers away from Xiao Wan'er's house. Han Yuzheng held onto the handle with one hand and kept calling Xiao Wan'er with his phone. Hello, the number you dialed has been turned off, sorry. Answer the phone quickly. Han Yu listened anxiously to the sound of his phone's microphone. He has already typed all of Xiao Wan'er's contact information, but no one answered. He estimated that Xiao Wan'er's phone was out of battery, and she didn't care about charging it herself. Just as he was about to order takeout for Xiao Wan'er's family and ask the delivery guy to check the situation, a sudden brake sound mixed with the angry voice of the car owner interrupted his thoughts. Shit. Damn it, you're not alive anymore. Where did you come from riding a tricycle? You rushed to reincarnate, don't step on your horse and harm me. Han Yu looked up and saw a Volkswagen parked next to him, with a middle-aged man in a polo shirt looking at him angrily. There is a long brake mark behind the Volkswagen car, indicating that the car was also speeding at the time. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. Han Yu quickly lowered his head to admit his mistake. The owner of that Volkswagen car also has some responsibility for driving on the sidelines. He doesn't have time to argue these issues now. Be careful next time. The middle-aged car owner saw Han Yu's sincere attitude and did not pursue it too much, so he drove away directly. After seeing the person leave, Han Yu quickly twisted the handle of the tricycle to the end and let it continue to travel at the fastest speed. He rode 3 wheels while placing an urgent order with his phone. Even if he didn't come to Xiao Wan'er's house, there would still be a delivery man knocking on the door to remind her. Shoo. Due to the continuous leakage of the power strip, the insulation layer was gradually burned, and a wisp of black smoke slowly drifted up. Not long after, the entire patch panel burned directly. The flames gradually engulfed all the combustibles around them, tables, chairs. And even curtains were ignited. At this moment, Xiao Wan'er was still sleeping on the sofa in the living room, completely unaware of the situation in the bedroom. Han Yu, who had just arrived downstairs, saw the black smoke coming out of Xiao Wan'er's bedroom, as if he had been struck by lightning. He climbed the stairs anxiously and rushed up quickly. The fire is not too big, everything should still be in time. Xiao Wan'er, wait for me to rescue you. Babies are waiting for Dad, Dad is coming soon. Han Yu ran up the 6th floor in one breath, looking at the somewhat familiar door and almost shedding tears. Bang bang. Bang bang. Han Yu knocked hard on the door, and at this moment, he was both scared and nervous in his heart. Seeing no response, Han Yu didn't hesitate and kicked the door with all his might. Bang. People can often unleash unexpected forces in extremely difficult times. At this moment, he seemed to have divine assistance and kicked the door open with just one kick. Looking at his wife and children who had already been smoked unconscious, Han Yu ignored others and rushed in to carry them all out. Upon hearing the commotion, the neighbors saw Xiao Wan'er leaning in the corner through the cat's eye. She thought a kidnapper had entered the room and was so scared that she immediately prepared to report to the police. After she saw Han Yu and recognized him as the neighbor's husband, she put down her phone. What happened? She slowly opened a crack in the door and asked carefully. There must be something big happening outside with so much noise. She has a good relationship with her neighbor Xiao Wan'er, and if she needs her, she will also help. It's okay, the room is on fire. Han Yu casually responded, holding his wife and children in tears of joy. It's been 5 years. He doesn't even know how he managed to survive these 5 years. Now that my wife and children are still here, I can live this life. Han Yu clenched his fist and secretly swore. He must work hard and let them all live a good life. Chapter 2 of the new book, Seeking Flowers and Evaluation. Chapter 3. Daddy's God of Food System, Divine Dishes. You are listening at novelfull.audio. With the help of neighbors and delivery boys, the fire did not fully spread before the firefighters arrived. This is already a blessing in misfortune. In the hospital, Han Yu hesitated anxiously in the hallway. At this moment, the doctor walked out of the ward, took off his mask, and looked at Han Yu, saying, "There's nothing serious, the patient is already awake now." "Doctor, thank you." After thanking the doctor, Han Yu quickly walked into the ward. Looking at Xiao Wan'er in the ward, who was full of self-blame on her face, Han Yu walked over with some heartache and held her tightly in his arms. "It's all my fault, I came late. If I had been here all along, this thing wouldn't have happened. I will definitely take care of you in the future." Han Yu lowered his head and looked at Xiao Wan'er, whispering softly. That voice was full of tenderness, caressing Xiao Wan'er's fragile soul like a spring breeze. "It's strange. It's my fault." Feeling the sturdy and warm arms, Xiao Waner's face blushed with a blush. She seemed to have crashed and her speech became stuttering. He actually hugged me. His chest is really reassuring. So warm. She is extremely shy. This is the first time she has been hugged by a boy, except for that one. She even forgot to push Han Yu away. "Wife, come and live with me. So I can also take good care of you girls." Seeing that Xiao Wan'er did not push him away, Han Yu took advantage of the heat and said. Based on his 2 generations of experience, although he may not be able to achieve great wealth and prosperity, it is not a problem for his mother to live a surplus of wealth. This time, he will never let them leave him. Just as Han Yu was about to say something more, a cold mechanical sound suddenly echoed in his mind. Ding! Congratulations to the host for saving their wife and children. The binding of the Daddy's God of Food system has been completed. As a Dad's God of Food, the environment of the host store must be strictly controlled. Congratulations on receiving the Dad's God of Food store decoration gift package *1. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the dishes, Divine Egg Fried Rice, and Nourishing Black Bone Chicken Soup. The system sound has just dropped. Numerous knowledge about egg fried rice and black bone chicken soup poured into Han Yu's mind, which made him feel enlightened and had countless cooking experiences directly. With these experiences, Han Yu even felt that the egg fried rice and chicken soup he had made before were crude and wasteful. My wife and children are the first guests of my father's food god. Please cook a sumptuous meal for them as soon as possible. Tip. In order to control the quality of dishes, when the host prepares system dishes, the required ingredients are provided by the system. System task. As a dad foodie, you must have your own reputation, and the first step to building your reputation is to make your dishes recognized by the public. By opening a store, 300 pieces of divine egg fried rice and 300 pieces of black bone chicken soup will be sold according to the system pricing, which will unlock random dishes. Egg fried rice is priced at 188 yuan per serving, black bone chicken soup is priced at 199 yuan per bowl, and each host sold can get 10% of the share. How expensive! Han Yu sighed inwardly. Although he knew that the ingredients provided by the system were very good, he could not help but roast when he saw the selling price. Although it's worth it. But how many people can afford the nearly 200 yuan fried rice? However, he has the experience provided by the system, and the taste of cooking is definitely unique. As long as there are foodies who have eaten his food, they can definitely grasp their stomachs and their wallets. At that time, he will be able to solve the cost of burning down the rental house and the problem of renewing the store in the future. But the problem is, who would like to be the first person to eat crabs with such expensive fried rice? Damn it. I still have to let my 5 big kids handle this kind of thing. 5 good big kids refer to Han Yu's 5 college roommates. In college, as long as someone is willing to bring food, they are called dads. It is normal to have 5 dads in one dormitory. Han Yu's 5 roommates, one loves to eat more than the other, and the other has more money than the other. Let them come and support us, then there must be no problem. As long as someone comes to support, it will attract many passers-by who don't know the truth, and then his shop will become popular. This is a common practice for many stores to open, and it's not a cold move to do so. Seeing that Xiao Wan'er had not replied for a long time, Han Yu whispered in Xiao Wan'er's ear and asked again. Wife, what do you think? Who is your wife? Well, it's all up to you. Xiao Wan'er covered her flushed face with her hand and secretly observed Han Yu through the cracks. She didn't know that her exceptionally cute appearance almost melted Han Yu's heart. Especially her soft and sweet voice, which was incredibly pleasant, directly aroused Han Yu's desire for protection. Of course it's you. Who else can there be? Han Yu gently rubbed Xiao Wan'er's head and said softly. At that moment, the door of the ward was suddenly pushed open. Wan'er, are you okay? So what? Did I come at a bad time? Xiao Wan'er's good friend Xiao pushed the door in with a worried expression on her face. As soon as she entered, she saw the two of them holding each other. She rubbed her fingers and her face was full of embarrassment. At this moment, she could even use her toes to carve out a 3-bedroom living room on the ground. There are still people here, can you hold them gently? Woo, this dog food has caught me off guard. I happen to have something else to do, Xiao. My wife will leave it to you. Thank you very much. Seeing this, Han Yu gently placed Xiao Wan'er's head on the pillow, then stood up and said to Xiao. He needs to hurry back to the breakfast shop and use the store opening gift package gifted by the system, otherwise it will be difficult to explain when Xiao Wan'er and the others come in. What is it? This is magic, to make a big change early in the day. Got it. Sister Wan'er, I have stewed fish soup for you. You should drink it while it's hot. Xiao nodded, then walked to the table and placed the pre-prepared lunch box and thermos on top. With Xiao helping to take care of Xiao Wan'er, Han Yu returned with peace of mind. He's already gone. Ouch, 2 cute little ones, let Auntie kiss them quickly. Seeing Han Yu leave, Xiao immediately revealed her true form and looked at the 2 little ones in the crib with a smile on her aunt's face. Looking at those 2 babies like porcelain dolls, Xiao's heart was about to melt. She wished she could be with these little things every day. If it weren't for that, it would be great to have such a lovely pair of babies. Looking at these 2 patient little guys, Xiao murmured. She, Xiao, has been single since birth for 20 years and doesn't know what a man is. She is fair-skinned and beautiful, with 2 big principles on her chest. Why doesn't she have a partner? If she had a handsome boyfriend, maybe she could also give birth to such a lovely couple of children. P.S. Daddy's article with a delicious food line, super sweet in the later stage. By the way, I would like to ask for flowers. Thank you very much. Chapter for the charm of egg fried rice and Sun Xing's money ability. You are listening at novelfull.audio. An electric tricycle slowly stopped at the entrance of the store. Han Yu got off the car and directly took the key into his breakfast shop. The breakfast shop is for both commercial and residential use, with a commercial area of approximately 100 square meters. The layout of the shop is very simple, with 7 or 8 tables and a few bottles of vinegar and chili oil, which is already everything for the small shop. And above is the place where Han Yu lives, which is 2 bedrooms and 1 living room. There is usually an empty room for storing groceries. Not long after he entered the store, he was about to use the store-opening gift package provided by the system when an old customer who usually eats breakfast walked in. "Boss Han, you've been busy enough today. You only opened the door now." Sun Xing came in and glanced at Han Yu, jokingly saying. He is an unemployed wanderer who makes a living by collecting rent on weekdays. He does nothing but eat, drink, and have fun all day long. It is enviable that he has a physique of eating too much without gaining weight, and his body is surprisingly healthy despite eating too much. Something happened at home and I didn't open the door today. Boss Sun, have you just returned from fishing? Han Yu glanced at Sun Xing's attire and suddenly understood something in his heart. Sun Xing is one of the few people Han Yu has been in contact with in recent years, and the two often chat about family matters over the phone. The feast that never ends. After graduating from university, there are only a few people who can connect with Han Yu Chang, and even the strongest friends will become less pure due to the big dying house of society. Some people become flattery, while others become less outgoing, completely devoid of the laughter and joy of their college years. This is also one of the reasons why people often yearn to return to college life. Is everything okay at home? If you need any help, let me know. I'm not capable of anything, I can still borrow some money. Upon hearing this, Sun Xing quickly said. He doesn't have many friends, and the Han Yu in front of him is one of the few he can talk to. Han Yu has something to do, as long as he can solve it with money, he can help. It's okay, everything has been resolved. What would Mr. Sun like to eat today? Han Yu shook his head and declined Sun Xing's kindness. Although he only has more than 8,000 yuan in his pocket now, he has systems and fried rice skills. He will get better sooner or later. There is no need to ask Sun Xing to borrow money. Okay, come to me if you need anything. It's noon. You must not have made wonton. If you can't, just have a fried rice. Sun Xing and Han Yu politely said a word, then glanced at the somewhat empty kitchen. I was somewhat disappointed that I could not eat Han Yubao's wonton. Most of the regular customers who come to Han Yu's shop are attracted by the wonton he made. The taste of Han Yu's wonton is comparable to many time-honored brands, and the most important thing is that it is cheap and large. As for his fried rice, it's a little worse, just like the roadside stall. Okay. I won't be open today, so I'll just copy a meal for Mr. Sun alone. After nodding, Han Yu directly pulled down the iron fence door outside the store. He had no plans to open for business today. Just in time, Sun Xing came to buy fried rice. This guy is a gourmet. Let him taste the divine egg fried rice given by this system, and hold his appetite. Carrying Sun Xing behind his back, Han Yu endured the pain and spent 188 yuan to purchase an ingredient from the system. Damn it. 5 constant tribute rice. Eggs are specially cultivated hens, do not exchange the gold they lay. Looking at the introduction of the system, Han Yu was almost shocked. The Wuchang tribute rice is a state banquet rice, and selling it alone is more than 188. Not to mention that gold is not exchanged, gold is the first egg laid by every hen, and a chicken can only lay this once in its lifetime. Not to mention that this chicken is a mother hen that has been specially cultivated for 2.5 years. What is the concept of laying this egg in 2.5 years? It can be said that this egg is really worth as much as gold. With these ingredients, Han Yu's confidence exploded. Not to mention Sun Xing, a foodie, even if he called in real food judges, they couldn't pick out any problems. Not long after Sun Xinggang sat down, a very special smell came to his nose, which was different from those egg fried rice mixed with cooking gas and oil smell. The fragrance floating in the shop was not greasy, but mixed with the fragrance of eggs and rice, which he had never heard before. Just smelling the fragrance made him hungry. When Han Yu brought the egg fried rice to the table, Sun Xing was shocked when he saw the clear and golden egg fried rice. Crouching trough. Boss Han, how did your fried rice craft improve by leaps and bounds? Sun Xing saw the practice of fried rice with eggs. This fried rice is also called golden fried rice, which tests the skill of a cook. Anyone can cook golden fried rice, but it is difficult to grasp the heat and taste. The egg fried rice in front of him undoubtedly has the best color, fragrance and taste, which makes him see that the egg fried rice has a great appetite. I've been practicing for a long time, you should try it quickly. Eat while it's hot. Han Yu swallowed a mouthful of saliva and urged, saying. Even he, the producer, wants to eat several plates of such fried rice. Got it. Sun Xing quickly scooped up a spoonful of egg fried rice and put it into his mouth. A special smell of egg filled his lips and teeth instantly. The soft and tender eggs wrapped around the soft and hard rice, perfectly blending the fragrance of the rice and the egg aroma. Such a taste, he can't even describe it in words. Shit. This horse riding is also too delicious. Such delicious fried rice, even the one in the little leader's family can only cook it like this, right? Han Yu, what else do you want to do with J8 wonton? In the future, make fried rice with eggs. I absolutely eat 3 meals a day. What I used to eat was called egg fried rice. Isn't it 10,000 times better than the egg fried rice made by those people in 5-star hotels? Sun Xing's mouth was moved by tears. For the first time, he knew that egg fried rice could be made so delicious. What delicacies, abalone and lobster can't compare with this dish of egg fried rice? If it were not for his image, Sun Xing would even like to lick the plate and achieve a real clean your plate campaign. This egg fried rice is delicious. Boss Han, is there anything else? Sun Xing looked at the shiny plate and eagerly looked at Han Yu. He only felt that he could eat 7 or 8 plates of egg fried rice, which was not enough for him to crack his teeth. It's gone. You taste it, you know if it tastes good or not. The rice and eggs used to make egg fried rice are particular. Boss Sun congratulates you. You are the first to taste this egg fried rice. Han Yu shook his head indifferently, as if this delicacy was his casual work. Looking at Sun Xing's appearance, Han Yu knew that his egg fried rice was delicious enough to explode. This fried rice is not cheap, is it? Although I can't eat any rice, the taste of this rice is much better than the 71 Jin the Taihu Lake rice in my home. This rice alone is not cheap. Sun Xing has also tasted and seen this rice before. It looks a bit like Wuchang rice, but the taste is much better, so he can't hold it. Well, I'm going to sell 188 servings. Han Yu nodded and told Sun Xing the price of fried rice directly. The value is too high. I think selling it cheap, Han. Aren't you losing money by selling it like this? Your skills are better than those executive chefs in 5-star hotels. Upon hearing this, Sun Xing immediately blurted out. 188, is this price so cheap that it explodes? The famous chef's egg fried rice is not that he has never eaten it. It is not expensive, and its taste is not as good as this. Brother Han, I will move here in the future. If you have fried rice with eggs, you must think about brother. Sun Xing made a decisive decision and decided to move directly across from Han Yu, as the commercial street across from him was also his. He moved here for nothing but to eat Han Yu's fried rice. That smell, it's amazing. Chapter 5. You can suffer yourself, not your wife and children. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hey, small profits but quick turnover. I don't have to worry about nobody in this craft. Han Yu scratched his head and said calmly. His light and indifferent demeanor really caught Sun Xinggao's eye. In fact, after knowing the ingredients used in egg fried rice, Han Yu wanted to increase the price by 0. Unfortunately, this is the system pricing, and it can't be modified at all. These are the materials for the state banquet. Those who have eaten egg fried rice, go back and steal the joy. 188 eating fried rice at the state banquet. They don't even bring it to you in 1888. Han's words are not wrong. Brother, if you have this egg fried rice in the future, you must first think about brother, money is not a problem. Son Xing kept saying that he was overcome by the egg fried rice. If he could, he would like to eat 3 meals a day in the shop. When he was about to leave, Son Xing directly transferred 188 yuan to Han Yu. The trial food was for trial, and the money had to be given. After all, their store was a small business. After Son Xing left, Han Yu tidied up the dishes, locked the doors and windows, and directly used the store decoration gift package gifted by the system. A dazzling radiance flashed by, and the decoration in the store underwent a major transformation. The walls, which were originally blackened by oil smoke, were now covered with black technology environmentally friendly coatings. There are also many warm decorative paintings hanging on the wall, and all the tables and chairs on the ground are in a warm color style, with various edges and corners also treated with wrapping. The decoration of the store looks clean and bright at first glance, yet it is warm and comfortable. Even the kitchen, covering an area of 7 or 8 square meters, is perfectly utilized, with 2 fully automatic dishwashers and a spacious disinfection storage cabinet integrated into one, providing full functionality. Even in the corner, there is a black technology electric rice cooker that only he can use. Within 1 minute of steaming rice with it, you can directly make cold rice with moderate hardness and suitable for fried rice. Under the rice cooker, there is a constant temperature incubator for storing eggs, where all eggs can be stored for the best. More than 10 bottles and jars appeared on the seasoning table. Through the system introduction, Han Yu learned that those were medicinal materials used to make black chicken soup. These medicinal materials are all selected through systematic matching, which can add tonic diet tonic and unique fragrance of medicinal materials to black bone chicken soup without affecting the taste of black bone chicken soup. For the convenience of Han Yu in making delicious food, the system provides him with a fully automatic vegetable washing machine to help him reduce work intensity. Sleeping slot. Seeing these black technologies, Han Yu was shocked for a long time. No one here is affordable for him at this stage. After a while, Han Yu bought 2 fried rice and 1 black bone chicken soup from the system. Looking at those expensive ingredients, Han Yu silently started cooking dishes. In no time, the unique aroma directly filled the entire store, and Han Yu swallowed the fragrance. Now he has limited money in his pocket. He can suffer for himself, but he cannot suffer for his wife and children. This black bone chicken soup is stewed for Xiao Wan'er, and fried rice is made for Xiao Wan'er and Xiao Miao. People are busy taking care of his wife. It's not appropriate not to express themselves. If you understand all the worldly wisdom here, you can save years of struggle in society. As for himself, just enjoy the fragrance of the store and just take a bite of the mat. A system-produced product must be a masterpiece. There are also many details in this black chicken soup. The chicken is a specially bred and screened Wushan chicken, known as the black chicken and white phoenix, and is a precious item offered by ancient emperors. The selected yam is also the best quality iron stick yam that has not been contaminated, and should be considered the best among yams. 2 hours later, Han Yu cooked the black chicken soup. The smell of black bone chicken soup mixed with fried rice filled the whole room, which made Han Yu swallow. This black chicken soup can hold 3 or 4 bowls. Han Yu scooped a spoonful and gently blew it, taking a shallow taste. The warm chicken soup dispersed in his mouth. In an instant, a unique freshness and fragrance filled the lips and teeth. Lying trough. This chicken soup is simply too delicious. However, he doesn't have much culture and doesn't know what words to use to describe this chicken soup. At this moment, Han Yu finally understood the meaning of the word lips and teeth leave fragrance in ancient Chinese. If we boil such a pot of black chicken soup in the store, it will make those foodies crave it. After tasting, Han Yu reluctantly put all the chicken soup and fried rice into the incubator. Of course, the best should be left for one's own wife. She, a glutton, will never forget her taste of chicken soup and fried rice. The hospital is located in a ward on the 3rd floor. I'll say Han Yu is unreliable. It's already this order, I haven't come to deliver the meal yet. This scumbag must not know what to do, thanks to his handsome face. Xiao lingered in the ward, speaking with a face full of indignation. Han Yu, this scumbag, doesn't think about Xiao Wan'er, but also his children, right? If this point doesn't come yet, it must be someone who went out to indulge in extravagance and drinking with again. When he comes, see if I don't beat him to death. Xiao angrily waved her fist. Meow, don't say that to him, he will definitely come. Upon hearing Xiao's words, Xiao Wan'er couldn't help but say. I don't know why, but she felt that Han Yu had changed a lot. Now he has become mature and stable, and Xiao Waner feels a full sense of security in him. You just know to face him. Xiao spoke angrily. Just as the two were chatting, Han Yu walked in with an insulated lunchbox and pushed open the door. He walked to the table and placed the insulated lunch box on it. Chapter 6. Attitude Change, Chicken Soup from Good to Crying. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Do you still know how to come? Xiao looked at Han Yu with a face full of anger. What time is it now? What should we do if we starve the children and Xiao Wan'er? Sorry, I'm late. I made you fried rice, please have a taste. Han Yu knew he was late and didn't defend himself much. It was his fault to make his wife and children hungry. Can your fried rice taste good? Don't come back and give Wan'er diarrhea. Xiao looks at Han Yu suspiciously. If he can make delicious fried rice, she will dare to recognize him as a father. Try it first. In order to block Xiao's mouth, Han Yu directly opened the lunchbox. As soon as the lunchbox was opened, a strong aroma wafted directly into the entire room. The fragrant aroma of rice mixed with the rich egg aroma drifted into the noses of Xiao and Xiao Waner, directly hooking up their cravings. Xiao wanted to belittle Han Yu, but after smelling the taste of fried rice, she forgot all the words on her lips. Now, all her attention is focused on the fried rice with clear grains like gold. Long. I don't know if it's Xiao or Xiao Waner's stomach starting to make noise. This fried rice looks delicious. Xiao Wan'er looked at the fried rice in front of her, and couldn't help swallowing a mouthful of saliva. She smelled the unique aroma and suddenly felt her appetite surge. She felt like she could eat several pounds of meat. Don't be fooled by her thinness, she is a true foodie. Before giving birth, she was able to eat from the street to the end of the street. After giving birth, she was reluctant to give up. She had to be meticulous in her daily food and clothing to sustain herself. I made chicken soup for you, it's too late. Looking at Xiao Waner's hopeful expression, Han Yu felt particularly happy in his heart. He felt that his efforts were not in vain. And chicken soup. After listening, Xiao Waner was pleasantly surprised and said. She didn't expect that Han Yu even boiled chicken soup for herself. Although Xiao also endured it for her, it was Han Yu who endured it, so it must be different. After hearing Han Yu's words, Xiao originally intended to say that your chicken soup was definitely not as delicious as mine. But when she thought of the extremely attractive fried rice, she held back these words. She's not stupid. If Han Yu's whole super delicious chicken soup comes out, wouldn't that hit her in the face? Well, I deliberately endured it. Han Yu nodded and directly opened the thermos. A smell more fragrant than fried rice emanates directly from the thermos pot. It can be said that besides not having the golden light of the young master's family, the chicken soup in front of us has almost reached the extreme of fragrance and freshness. Upon smelling the fragrance, Xiao swallowed her saliva wildly and her eyes almost widened. Oh my goodness! This soup is also too fragrant, how could it be so greedy? I really want to taste this chicken soup. Oh my, I wish I could make this soup. Meow, why don't you try it too? There's quite a lot of chicken soup here. Xiao Wan'er looked at Xia Miao's eager gaze and said gently. Both of them are foodies, and she has no resistance to this chicken soup at all. How could Miao resist it? Woo-woo. Wan'er, you're so kind. Xia Miao spoke with a moved expression on her face. She wished to thrust her head into Xiao Wan'er's pair of great truths to prove her emotions. You should be grateful to Han Yucai. Looking at the chicken soup in front of her, Xiao Wan'er reminded her. After speaking, she picked up a spoon and scooped it up, savoring it gently. As soon as she took the chicken soup, her delicate little face was full of enjoyment and aftertaste. How could this chicken soup be so delicious? This chicken soup smells incredibly delicious, and it tastes even better. The warm and delicious chicken soup entered her stomach through her mouth, and Xiao Wan'er felt that all the fatigue of the past few days had been erased. The delicious chicken soup soothed her tired body and mind, making her feel refreshed. She has never tasted chicken soup before, but she has never tasted such delicious chicken soup before. Han Yu, how much sweat did I sweat behind my back? This delicious chicken soup must have put in a lot of effort. Although the chicken soup he originally made was also delicious, it was much worse than this one. Thinking of this, Xiao Wan'er's gaze at Han Yu became much gentler. People's hearts are all flesh, how can she not see Han Yu's efforts? Drink more, there's still a lot of chicken inside. Han Yu, as if afraid that Xiao Wan'er might not be full, picked out a few large pieces of chicken from the thermos and put them into Xiao Wan'er's bowl. There are still people here. I've almost been fed enough dog food scattered all over. Xia Miao couldn't help but say as she watched the sweetness of the two increase. As she spoke, she filled herself with a small bowl of fried rice. As soon as fried rice entered, Xia Miao was almost moved and cried. Mommy, how can this fried rice be so delicious? Fried rice was so delicious that she almost ate her tongue. Faced with such delicious food, she couldn't care about her appearance anymore. Xia Miao lost a bowl of fried rice after 2 or 3 mouthfuls. Woo-woo, this chicken soup tastes great. Why don't I have a boyfriend who can cook? Delicious chicken soup poured into her stomach, causing Xia Miao to curl up and burst into tears. Chapter 7. 6 Big Fathers, Preparation Before Business. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sorry, the chicken soup is so delicious that I didn't leave it for you. Xiao Wan'er looked at the already clean thermos and said with some embarrassment. She never expected that she and Xia Miao would drink so much chicken soup. They ate both rice and soup. If Han Yu didn't eat, he would definitely be hungry. The more she thought about Xiao Wan'er, the more she felt guilty in her heart. She felt that it was her own greed that made Han Yu unable to eat. I finished eating ahead of schedule. Don't worry about me. Looking at Xiao Wan'er's self-blaming expression, Han Yu reached out and rubbed her head, whispering softly. That's good, don't lie to me, otherwise I'll ignore you. Xiao Wan'er pouted and waved her pink fist, pretending to be threatening as she spoke. He is so tired every day. If he doesn't eat delicious food, his body will eventually collapse. She doesn't want Han Yu to be so tired. Now she has nothing to do with her health, and it won't be long before she can be discharged from the hospital. At that time, she can do whatever she can to help Han Yu. I can't lie to you, I really ate it. Don't believe you touch it. Han Yu said decisively. He really had a meal. It was just mantou and pickled vegetables. I'm not touching it. Xiao Wan'er gave Han Yu a white glance, then reached out to tidy up the dishes and thermos, waiting for Han Yu to take them away. Miao, please help me close the curtains. Xiao Wan'er said a sentence to Xia Miao. Upon hearing Xiao Wan'er's words, Xia Miao walked directly to the window and spread out the curtains. As the curtains were pulled open, the room gradually darkened. Han Yu, take your lunchbox and go back first. I'm here. Xia Miao spoke politely. She has a short hand for holding people and a short mouth for eating people. After eating the food made by Han, she needs to have a better attitude towards them. She pulled the curtain so that Xiao Wan'er could breastfeed the babies later. The adults were all full, but the children hadn't eaten yet. I understand. Seeing this posture, Han immediately reacted and picked up his lunchbox and walked out. This is to breastfeed his son. Xiao Wan'er is very shy. Although they are already married, their relationship has not yet reached the point where they can confidently breastfeed him. However, Han believes that their relationship will soon go further. Close the door and hear Xia Miao Miao lock the door. Han sits directly on the nearby bench, helping them guard the door. At this time, no one is allowed to enter. While helping Xiao Wan'er guard the door, Han took out his phone and sent a few messages in the university dormitory group. Dormitory group. 6 big fathers. Han. Boys, I learned a fried rice technique. Gaga is delicious. Would you like to try it? Han. We agreed in advance that the price is a bit expensive, 188 per plate. You have a bottom line in your mind. He has a good relationship with his 5 roommates, which is a friendship where he can bring food and share seeds with each other. Chen Hai, a foodie, is a wealthy second generation in his family. He is 1.8 meters tall and as strong as a bear. Wang Junxing, a humorous internet celebrity anchor, enjoys tasting local delicacies and is also a hidden licking wolf. He once licked 25 girls alone. Lu Pingyan, with a broad and chubby body, loves to draw. He has a childhood sweetheart and the two have the same weight, which is very suitable. Zhou Wen, whose name is very quiet, is a talented person who has been practicing martial arts since childhood. This person has social anxiety disorder. Not long after, the most wealthy and foodie person in the dormitory replied. Chen Hai. What fried rice? 188. Abalone fried rice. Is it delicious? Han. Egg fried rice, with good materials, is delicious. Chen Hai. If I can assure you, then I need to give it a good try. Lu Pingyan. Chen Sun, quickly send the resources over. I'm starving and thirsty. Lu Pingyan. It's definitely right to call me for the meal, I will definitely arrive. Wang Junxing. What's the rush? Your father and I are still in line. Wang Junxing. Lao Han, the egg fried rice is 188. If it's not delicious, you are my son. As a foodie, the rule is not to let go of any delicious food, and it happens that Han Yu's roommates are all foodies. Not long after, the roommates all frolicked and said they would definitely go to Han Yu's place for dinner, while also recognizing 5 good kids. With the support of our brothers, completing system tasks is just around the corner. After chatting for more than 10 minutes, Han Yu finally returned with peace of mind after confirming that Xiao Wan'er had finished breastfeeding. Returning to the store, it was already 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. Despite this, Han Yu still had to prepare ingredients for the next day's business. After all, the system only provides the ingredients of egg fried rice and black bone chicken soup, and he has to prepare the rest himself. As soon as he entered the market, Han Yu walked directly to the stalls he often bought and picked them up. Uncle Wang, this cabbage is wilting and still selling at such a high price. It's cheaper. I'll take it back and eat it myself. Aunt Zhao, this egg is quite good. Give me 3 pounds and half a pound of chili peppers. This scallion is good, and I'll have some too. Brotherly, chop 4 gene of meat stuffing for me to make wonton. I want it fresh. Han Yu's pricing skills can be said to be superb, and soon he walked out of the market with large and small packages of things. These things cost him over 460 yuan in total, except for the cabbage. All the other ingredients are essential for his business the next day. By the time Han Yu returned to the store, it was almost 10 o'clock. Good night, wife. Han Yu and Xiao Wan'er spent some time on kanji on the phone, washed and went to bed, and fell asleep. Looking for data, thank you very much. Chapter 8. Opening a store for business, the fireworks and gas in the store. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At 4 a.m. the next day, Hanyu got up from bed and started a new day. Drowsy-eyed Hanyu rubbed his eyes and took out the meat filling prepared yesterday from the refrigerator. In fact, meat filling is still the freshest thing I bought on the same day, but Hanyu really can't afford it. Starting at 4 o'clock is already his limit. By the time he had mixed the meat and wrapped the wonton, it was almost 5 o'clock. Opening the fence door and watching the sun gradually rise from the horizon, Hanyu's mood was unprecedentedly peaceful. When waiting for the guests to arrive, he started cutting shredded potatoes and preparing to mix a few side dishes. In the breakfast shop, small dishes and free congee are indispensable. Although the decoration of his store has become bigger and bigger, it still can't change his original intention of making a free wonton meal for those old people. Boss Han, a bowl of wonton for each person. Yo, have you renovated it? Will we get this dirty for you? Han Yu's first batch of guests will always be the sanitation workers who sweep the streets. After a few uncles and aunties came in and saw the brand new decoration, they felt a bit at a loss. They mostly have some dust on their bodies, fearing that they might dirty these areas. It's okay, you can rest assured to sit down. These decorations and chairs in the store won't get dirty. Han Yu quickly said. The decoration in the store is all done with systematic black technology and cannot be dirted at all. Upon hearing Han Yu's words, the gentlemen dusted their clothes and carefully sat down on the chairs. On the other side, Han Yu scooped a spoonful of bone soup into the clay pot, and then added some shrimp skin and seaweed inside. These people are all loyal customers, and they don't eat coriander. Then 18 small wonton were put into the hot soup, and the fragrance suddenly rose. Before starting the pot, beat an egg, pour some sesame oil, and make a bowl of steaming wonton. This bowl of wonton is sold for 7 yuan in Hanyu store. In this era of high prices, if you dig out shop rent and water and electricity, you will only earn a hard money. Your wonton. Hanyu brought the hot and fragrant wonton to the masters. Old Ren, eat first. Our wonton will come up soon. Several aunts and uncles pushed wonton directly to the skinny old man as if they had agreed. This old Ren has duodenal ulcers and needs food in his stomach. They have always taken good care of him. In a restaurant, there is not only smoke and fire, but also warmth and coldness. Taking advantage of the conversation between the big men, Hanyu took out a piece of paper and wrote. Don't be afraid of dirt in the store, just sit casually. Then it was pasted in a more prominent position. It took about 10 minutes for wonton to be ready. People of the older generation are reluctant to eat and drink. A few of the bowls of wonton that can be eaten are not enough, and then they filled several bowls of free congee. 7 people spent a total of 49 yuan without any extra items. After they left, Hanyu stepped forward to tidy up the dishes and put them directly into the automatic dishwasher. Here, Hanyu couldn't help but exclaim that it was truly the black technology of the system. Not long after it was put in, the dishes were washed clean, then neatly stacked by the machine and placed in the disinfection cabinet. The disinfection cabinet and dishwasher are both connected, and there is no trace outside. Taking advantage of his free time, Hanyu took out a fluorescent blackboard and wrote a few lines of words on it. Today's new product. 188 pieces of golden fried rice. Nourishing black chicken soup, 199 yuan per bowl. Hanyu also considered the issue of preparation time for this black chicken soup, and he plans to start making it now. Hanyu took out a recipe for black chicken soup from the system and started making it. What Hanyu didn't expect was that the system was such a chicken thief. The chicken soup and fried rice he made for Xiao Wan'er were not included in the system task. Apart from the fried rice he made for son Xing, he made little progress in his task. Of course, although the fried rice and chicken soup are worth more than they are not very affordable. After about an hour, the fragrance of black chicken soup lingered in the room and could not dissipate for a long time. This chicken soup will have to be stewed for a long time, during which time, it is the best sign of Han Yu's store. One word, fragrant. Brother Han, I'm here. What the hell is it, so fragrant? Not long after, son Xing walked in wearing a fishing vest. As soon as he entered, he smelled a strong aroma. The fragrance made his mouth drool and his stomach growl. Brother, have you renovated your store? There's fried rice. Son Xing looked around and couldn't help but ask, looking at the incredibly warm decoration style. He was about to say something more when all his attention was drawn to the fluorescent blackboard in the corner. Well, it was renovated yesterday. The fragrance in the room is emanating from the black chicken soup, which is a new product in my store. Son Gu, have you just returned from fishing? Han Yu glanced at Son Xing's outfit and said with some confusion. He won't go fishing at night again, will he? The pleasure of fishing is something that outsiders will not understand, and he is also considered half a fishing enthusiast. Hee hee. The night fishing harvest is quite abundant, I caught several big fish. By the way, give me 2 fried rice and some black bone chicken soup. Son Xing scratched his head and said happily. The fishing spot recommended by his friend is really amazing. He has been fishing all night. Fried rice will be ready soon, and you have to wait for chicken soup. This chicken soup will have to boil for about half an hour. Han Yu prepared the ingredients while saying. Don't worry, don't worry. 2 fried rice first. Son Xing said excitedly, that chicken soup is so fragrant, the taste is definitely not bad. He has extraordinary patience when it comes to eating. Chapter 9. Han Yu's attitude, Xiao Wan'er is about to be discharged. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Looking at the smell of hot fried rice in front of him, Son Xing couldn't help inhaling the storm. Spoon after spoon, I finished a fried rice in a few minutes. After finishing one, Han Yu just finished the second fried rice and served it. This fried rice is really delicious. I'm not bragging, Han, your skills are better than those chefs. Son Xing took the fried rice and said as he picked it in his mouth. This fried rice is not enough. If his appetite were not limited, he would like to eat several large plates. Thank you for your praise. Han Yu nodded calmly. It's not that he pretends to be forced, but that the ingredients and methods of fried rice are the best. It's strange if it's not delicious. Just as the two were chatting, a man in professional attire walked in. He was holding a black briefcase in his arm, wearing a pair of golden glasses, and his hair was as oily as if it had been waxed, looking very stylish. He looked at Son Xing, who was constantly sulking and eating, with a look of disgust on his face. He looked at the person in front of him wearing a tattered vest and an unknown pair of muddy sneakers on his feet, which didn't look like he was rich at all. Although this restaurant is well decorated, it receives everyone. If it weren't for many shops on this street not opening, he wouldn't have come to this shabby place to eat. The man sat not far from Son Xing and with a snap, placed his bag on the table, revealing the CK sign on the bag. What kind of taste, so fragrant? The man couldn't help but say, smelling the smell and looking around. This taste is more fragrant than any food he has ever smelled. Boss, are you serious about this price? When he saw the blackboard in the corner, his eyebrows furrowed directly. 188 fried rice, 199 chicken soup, when he is a fool, so expensive. Of course it's serious. This fried rice and chicken soup must be worth it. Han Yu nodded and said, the person in front of me is dressed very appropriately, like a social elite who earns tens of thousands of yuan a month. Fried rice and eggs are the best. The stewed chicken soup is also made with high-quality Wushan chicken. Han Yu continued to introduce that he felt it was necessary to write some information on the blackboard. Otherwise, when others see something, they will also feel wronged and refuse to pay due to its high price, which will result in a loss of many customers. You think I'm stupid, I can't sell any rice for 188. The man sarcastically said, he's not a champion, how could he be slaughtered by a black shop? Brother, it's really worth it. You see, I've already eaten 2 plates. At this moment, son Xing couldn't help but speak up. Although the man just disliked him, he wanted to share the delicious food. The fried rice was so delicious that he would not say anything after tasting it. All thanks. This fried rice is absolutely not delicious. The man spoke very hard. In fact, when he saw the price, he was afraid. In fact, he was a small working class and could not afford such expensive fried rice. So what? Give me a bowl of wonton and 2 soy egg. The man glanced at the menu on the table and waved his hand, revealing the Longin's watch on his wrist. Okay, please wait a moment. Han Yu's attitude has remained unchanged from beginning to end. He works in the catering industry and cannot view others with colored glasses. Both sanitation workers and wealthy bosses are the same in his eyes. Sun Xing glanced at the watch on the man's wrist and immediately realized it was fake. Because he has all the Longins in his collection and still eats ashes at home. Regarding this, Sun Xing didn't say much. If the watch was fake, it was none of his business. After a while, Han Yu put the wonton with eggs in front of the man. The taste is average. Not as delicious as those time-honored brands. The man took a taste of wonton and roast. Sun Xing, who was sitting on the side, almost failed because of this sentence. What else do you want for wonton with 9 yuan and 2 soy egg? Besides, their taste is not bad either. You think time-honored brands are delicious, why not eat them? It's just 20.1 bowls. Upon hearing this sentence, Han Yu didn't think anything was wrong either. It was difficult for everyone to adjust, and if someone thought it wasn't delicious, it wouldn't be delicious. Seeing that the black chicken soup was almost cooked, Han Yu directly took a bowl and gave Sun Xingxing a bowl of soup, and then picked a few pieces of black chicken meat from inside and put them in the bowl. Hee, it's already calculated. Seeing Han Yu bringing soup over, Sun Xing excitedly rubbed his hands. He's just smelling the smell, his saliva is about to flow down. Son, your chicken soup. Han Yu placed the black chicken soup in front of Sun Xing and said. Watching the excited and hopeful expressions of the diners, Han Yu felt a sense of accomplishment in his heart. This chicken soup is not easy. Looking at the incredibly delicious black chicken soup, Sun Xing didn't rush to drink it, but instead looked around. The recipe for this chicken soup and the things inside are not simple. The money spent is worth it. After he scooped a spoonful of chicken soup into his mouth, the refreshing aroma exploded between his lips and teeth, so delicious that he almost bit his tongue. My mom, this chicken soup is so delicious. Sun Xing couldn't help but sigh. The man was eating his own wonton, and he had already seen through everything in his heart. Don't pretend where you came from. Your acting skills are so good, I almost believed it. On the other hand, Han Yu picked up his phone and glanced at the text message. Xiao Wan'er was about to be discharged, and he had to go pick up his wife and children at noon to be discharged. Chapter 10. The reaction caused by a bowl of fried rice, money is really. You are listening at novelfull.audio. WeChat received 9 yuan. After the man finished paying, he turned around and left without looking back. When Han Yu cleaned up the dishes, he found that men even drank wonton soup completely. At this point, the number of guests gradually increased, and many people couldn't help but chat with Han Yu after seeing the dishes on the blackboard. Many of them feel that there is a reason for being expensive, even though they cannot afford it. Brother Han, I'll leave first. After Sun Xing paid the money, he was very satisfied and patted his stomach. If he hadn't arranged for someone to go fishing, he would have had to stay for lunch. With the example of Sun Xing, many people are curious about the taste of fried rice and chicken soup, and there are many people with high incomes. No, someone could not help but smell the chicken soup and ordered a bowl of chicken soup and fried rice with a big hand. When he tasted chicken soup and fried rice, he knew what human delicacies were. Damn it! This is too delicious, isn't it? It's a little expensive. The fried rice is so damn delicious. Boss Han, your craftsmanship is really amazing. Qin Chuan raised his thumb to Han Yu and praised him. If he has money in his pocket, he must eat fried rice or chicken soup every day. Unfortunately, his monthly salary is only around 10,000 yuan, and he can only afford a small luxury for a week. Fortunately, he hasn't gotten married yet. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been extravagant for a year with his mortgage, car loans, and family support. Gudong. The other customers in the room couldn't help but swallow their saliva when they saw Qin Chuan's enjoyment. Damn it, having money is really good. Ouch, why is fried rice so delicious? No more, no more. I'm too greedy, I want to chop my hands. Many people just bite their teeth and stamp their feet and order a fried rice for themselves because of Qin Chuan's eating habits. After eating fried rice, they once again exclaimed that it was good to have money. This fried rice is so delicious. I have never eaten such delicious fried rice in my life. Mommy, how can this fried rice be so delicious? I wish I could have another one. All people who have eaten fried rice are full of happiness and satisfaction. They are glad that they can eat such delicious fried rice. Some people even found their own goals in life. They must work hard to earn money, for nothing else, just to eat more fried rice. And those customers who didn't eat fried rice, when they heard that they were going to say all the words that describe food, they were greedy, scratching their hearts and drooling. They can't eat delicious fried rice, and they have to listen to people describe the delicious fried rice. Damn it. It's agonizing. It's great to have money. I must work hard to earn money in the future. They could only smell the smell of fried rice and black bone chicken soup, and then they ate breakfast with tears. Later, some people even planned to learn the delicious fried rice from Han Yu. Han Yu didn't even think about it and directly refused, not to mention the issue of technology and ingredients. Just to be honest, I don't even know you. Why should I give you the skills? As noon approached, the passenger flow decreased, and the guests gradually finished their meals and paid before leaving. At this moment, Han Yucai truly rested for a while. In the morning, Han Yu sold 14 pieces of fried rice and 5 pieces of black bone chicken soup, and the system directly distributed more than 360 yuan to him. With wonton, instant noodles, side dishes and other food sold, Han Yu's net profit this morning was nearly 700 yuan. This is the first time he can earn so much money in a morning. Looking at the money, Han Yu felt particularly happy in his heart. With this momentum, he could soon make Xiao Wan'er and her live a good life. Shaking his slightly sore arm, Han Yu locked the door directly. He is planning to walk to the bus stop and take the bus to the hospital to pick up his wife and children. This shop still needs to open in the afternoon, and his roommates will come to support him at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. His roommates are all night owls, day and night are upside down, and most of the time they wake up almost in the afternoon. It's good if they can get up at this point. Because I came to the app in advance to take a look at the time, when Han Yu walked a few steps to the bus stop, the 863 bus he was taking happened to arrive. As soon as he got on the car, Han Yu invested 2 yuan in change and then sat directly in the back row of the car. Sitting in this row, he doesn't have to give up his seat to the old men and women dancing square dancing. Many times, it is somewhat outrageous for physically fit parents to ask students carrying heavy backpacks to give up their seats. Within 2 stops, the train was filled with people, and at that moment, another girl wearing a white silk JK walked onto the train. This immediately caught the attention of most men in the car. At this point, there were no more empty seats in the car, and the empty seats were surrounded by bald men. The white silk girl couldn't help but frown at this. If it weren't for her car being sent for repairs, she wouldn't have taken the bus. Just as she was about to reach her destination, she suddenly noticed an empty seat in the last row, and next to the empty seat was a handsome guy who looked very sunny. This time, she regained her energy. In front of everyone, Bai Si sat directly next to Han Yu.